to 2 cms, you are now uh, also ligating the supply to your buttocks and thighs. Magkakaroon ng necrosis. Okay, very good. So, internal iliac is the artery of the pelvis, perineum, and gluteal region. So, it also provides collateral blood supply through your superior rectal artery and paired ovarian arteries. Okay, so if you do ligate more proximal than 2 cms, ang dami nyo nang tatamaan. Kaya ang gusto nyo lang ay for the uterus. Okay, so internal iliac artery is the terminal branch of your common iliac artery and supplies the following. And it begins at the level of L5 and S1 and enters your pelvic minor. So, paulit-ulit lang because I think of all the blood vessels that are very important to us, no? So, you have your internal iliac artery, no? So, ito yung mga notable vessels, especially for your uterus, especially for hysterectomy and for controlling hemorrhage. You have your uterine artery and then you also have your internal iliac artery. Okay, yan. So, you won't forget. But you also have other tributaries, your umbilical artery, you have your superior vesical artery, and you even have your obturator artery. But, yan. Okay, so you also have, going down, you also have your pudendal artery and leaves your pelvis through the greater sciatic foramen. Yung pudendal artery, di ba, sa baba. It terminates as your dorsal artery of either your penis or clitoris. Okay. Ito yung mga kaninang mga tintin natin mga blood supply, no? Vaginal artery, middle rectal artery, and for the ones, the lower branches will now be more involved when we're talking about hematomas in the vaginal area. And this will be the more important, ito yung mga affected vessels when we do your when there are vaginal lacerations. But again, dahil plexuses na yan, at the end of the day, ang isa sa pwede nating gawin is to open up laparotomy, and if we're trying to lessen the blood supply, lessen the blood flow, no, the hemorrhage for vaginal lacerations, one other thing to do is actually open and ligate your uterine artery. Either uterine artery or your internal iliac. So just so you can remember the different branches. So anteriorly, your internal iliac artery will divide into your anterior and posterior. So para lang maalala nyo kung ano yung mga vessels. For anterior, it's often my sexy underwear is inside V pants. Versus posterior, which is pills. So, ano yung often my sexy underwear is inside the pants? Obturator, middle rectal, superior vesical, uterine, inferior vesical, inferior gluteal, vaginal, pudendal. Tapos posterior sa may bandang puwet na yan. Okay, pills. Okay? So, ayan. Ayan. So, this is just to recap, no? So again, if you want to take a picture of this now. So ito yung mga importanteng pwedeng iligate or causes of hemorrhage for the different parts of your female reproductive system. And these are your collateral blood supply of the female pelvis, from your aorta, external iliac artery, and femoral artery. This would now be the lymphatics and innervation. Okay, of the uterus. Okay. Next structure would be your fallopian tube. Siguro mamaya we will discuss your first and second trimester losses, and that will also include already ectopic pregnancy. So ayan. Yeah, anong mga kailangan tandaan dito? For anatomic sections of your fallopian tube, intramural, isthmus, ampullary, and infundibulum, as well as your fimbriated end. Ito lang kailangan nyo. Okay? Kapag nasa interstitial, ang ectopic pregnancy, it will cause severe maternal morbidity. Ano ang nilaligate natin? It's the isthmus. Okay? And the ampulla is the site of fertilization. Ayan. And this would now be your blood supply, venous drainage, lymphatics, and innervation of your fallopian tube. So, from T11 to L1. Okay, so ito yung mga clinical. So, ectopic, which we will be discussing later on. Sterilization is in the, ayan. If you want you can either have your BTL, you can have occlusive device that's in your ischemic region. Okay. So, mga differentials niyan would be your appendicitis. Torsion. Okay. And then next up would be your ovaries. I think this one for ovaries, you discussed this na lang with your benign and malignant lesions na lang in terms of ano yung ovaries, because I will not be touching on this anymore. Okay. I think also for your REI and your this will be very significant only for mga yung yung apposition, yung for your malignancies. Okay. Huwag na yan. Okay. For surgical implications, just know important structures. Bakit nag-stop yung video ko?
Parang nakahang kasi.
Ha?
Nakahang po. Ayan, gumalaw na ulit.
Okay, okay.
Para ay daw po sabi ni RCD.
Ha? Hello, hello. Ayan. Oh, ito. Let's look at some questions. After a prolonged second stage of labor, a young primipara was noted to have left-sided foot drop with associated numbness on the left lateral aspect of the leg. Ano ang problema natin dyan? Ano sagot nila?
All of them answered A.
Peroneal nerve na ba? Foot drop? Teka. Foot drop. Yes, correct. So, this is just another, parang ano lang to, bonus giveaway of ano yung mga pwedeng mga morbidities natin, no? Kung ano yung mga arteries, kapag different procedures in OBGYN. So, ito na lang. Tapos, what would now be their presentation? So, if you're given cases, tapos you're being asked na, please describe ano yung possible organ or structure that has been hit, then you can actually just choose from the different. You can have this for, kunyari, lithotomy, vaginal deliveries, operative vaginal deliveries. You can also, ito mga iatrogenic morbidities from retraction, no? When you have severe, you know, yung pag nagre-retract, especially kapag nag-download dissection, no? Yan. Yan. Okay? So, that's it for the anatomy. Huwag na itong bonus slides. Huwag na itong bonus slides na to. Ayoko na mag-bonus slides. Ay! Dito na naman ako. Bakit pa yung may bonus slides pa ako nalalaman? Huwag na yan. Sandali. Doon na tayo. Kaya ang dami-dami kong slides eh. May bonus slides pa ako nalalaman. Next up, sandali, bago tayo mag-break ay, ano ba to? Bakit ganito? Ba't ako bumalik? Wait lang ha. Pwedeng, Rasa?
Yes po.
Pwedeng pa-move na nga siya doon sa operative.
Wait lang, doktora.
Kaya palang dami-dami kong slides. Masyado ako mapagbigay. Okay. Yung mabilis na lang to, yung ating saan yun?
Ito na, doktora. Operative vaginal delivery.
Yan. Slide 166. Okay, this is the second part of the first lecture. So, mabilis lang to. Ay, ayan na naman ako. ba ako dapat? Asan na yung ano, ayun. Okay pa ba kayo? Or you would like a 2-3 minute break to stand up and stretch? Anong sabi ng mga bata? Tuloy, tuloy. Tuloy bago mag...
Wala pang comment.
Tuloy na mo. Kasi magbe-break naman for the product press after this part. Tama? Tama? Yeah. Okay. We now proceed with operative vaginal delivery. Sumasagot ba sila? Nagsasabi ba sila? Oo, wala kayong choice. Mag-proceed na tayo with operative vaginal delivery. So with operative vaginal delivery, we will be just discussing two types. We have forceps versus suction, vacuum, no? So basically, they have the same indications. Okay, you have your maternal indication and your fetal indication. So pag napagod na ang mami, ayaw na niyang umire. Okay, you can actually use your operative vaginal delivery. It's not within the scope of my lecture to discuss mga CS and other gynecologic surgery. So we just did the anatomy part and then this one. So we've decided amongst the 8 seeds faculty and guest faculty, decided amongst ourselves which we think would be most beneficial for you. So this would be the maternal indications for operative vaginal delivery. Pag natatagalan na kayo, hindi pa lumalabas ang baby, if you already have maternal distress as shown by maternal tachy, dehydration, like medyo mainit na yung pakiramdam niya, if we need to shorten the second stage of labor because the mother has medical conditions, no, like hypertension, cardiac disease, okay, and failure of descent or internal rotation for 2 hours in primigravid or in 1 hour in multigravid. Fetal indication, fetal distress after coming head of breech, and acute emergencies. But of course, these are the indications, but there are requirements for operative vaginal delivery. Okay. So, first question regarding operative vaginal delivery. Which of the following statements are true? A is true, are true, is or are true. A, failure of instrumental delivery is more common with the vacuum. B, if traction with the vacuum does not produce immediate and progressive descent, forceps may be used. Okay. C, Killen's rotational forceps is a pelvic curve which follows the sacral curve and a cephalic curve for the head. And D, instrumental delivery requires epidural anesthesia. Sumasagot na ba sila?
Most of them answered C.
Okay, that's the correct answer. Letter C. Okay, correct yun. Okay, next question. Prolonged second stage. Shortly after birth, the baby exhibited signs of weakness, which includes signs of distress, including asymmetry in facial movements and weakness in one arm. What instrument did you use? A, B, C, or D? Or walang instrument? D, walang instrument. Ano kayo doon? Nagmaneuver kayo. Sagot?
All of them answered C.
Okay, forceps delivery. Okay, correct. That's correct. So when we are talking about operative vaginal delivery, forceps or vacuum are the go-to, no? But we're going to discuss forceps first. So traction is the most important function of your instruments. And however, your forceps can also be used for rotation, may be used for rotation, okay, such as occiput transverse and posterior positions. Okay, another question. Which of the following describes forceps that are applied to the fetal head with the scalp visible at the introitus without manual separation of the labia? So definition lang ito. Alin dito? If you apply the forceps at the fetal head while the fetal head is already visible at the introitus without separating the labia, what do you call that forceps?
All of them answered dog.
Okay, very good. So here is your... Ay, lose. Teka. Huwag niyong pansinin yung red box. Pero ito yan. So here, your outlet forceps can be done when the scalp is visible at the introitus without separating the labia. So that is the correct answer. But the other requirements would be that the fetal head has reached the pelvic floor. Head is either OA or occiput anterior, occiput posterior. If hindi sila direct occiput or anterior posterior, your rotation will only need less than 45 degrees. But if it's higher, no, plus 2. So ito yung, ang plus 4 mo ay nasa ano ka na, plus 4 na yan kapag outlet. Ang low forceps ay plus 2 to plus 3, ganyan. Okay? And mid forceps, 0 to plus 2. Wala na, hindi na natin ginagawa yung mid forceps. So wag niyong pansinin itong box. Ang tamang sagot ay outlet forceps for that question. Okay. So we're only mentioning this, but we're not actually already doing mid forceps and low forceps. And I think for your generation talaga, yes, you're still being asked to practice outlet forceps, but more and more of us are doing cesarean section as compared to operative vaginal delivery. So these are the requisites. Okay. Lahat ito with for example, with the fetus, it has to be an engaged head. You have to have a vertex presentation. Your fetal head position is known. The CPD is not suspected. Of course, we have to, kahit papano ay alam natin yung weight ng baby. Okay, because sometimes if the baby is too big, then we might as well do a cesarean section. Okay, of course, tayo, skilled ang gumagawa. You have to have a ruptured membrane, completely dilated cervix, adequate anesthesia, and emptied maternal bladder. Okay, with no known fetal coagulopathy or fetal demineralization disorder. Okay, and informed consent is very, very important. Okay, so these are all your okay. So this one, examples of subgaleal encephalohematoma are shown here. Compared with forceps delivery, all except which of the following have higher associated rates with vacuum extraction? So meaning, hindi ko i-explain sa inyo yung question. Intindihin niyo yung question kasi part of testmanship, no, would be for you to understand the question. All except which of the following have higher associated rates with vacuum extraction?
Dalawa pala nag-answer Faith.
Dalawa pa lang ang sumasagot.
May dog, may boy.
Ha? May dog, may boy? O tingnan mo.
Mostly boy na. Yan na, madami ng boy.
Boy? Are you sure? All except have higher associated rates with vacuum extraction.
May A, may C. Ayan na, puro A and C. Wait.
It's actually C, depressed skull fracture. Kasi di ba,
Ayan, dumadami na
mas common yun or mas higher siya with forceps. Kasi ang sinasabi lang naman all of this can be seen in vacuum, but your forceps extraction will give you a depressed skull fracture as compared to your vacuum extraction. So the answer to that is letter C. Okay, so yun. So part of that is comprehension of the question. So ito yung mga these are also some of the associated morbidities with forceps delivery. You have more lacerations, both cervical and vaginal. You can also have structural compromise of the pelvic floor of the mother, urinary anal incontinence, and pelvic organ prolapse. So ito yung nakikita natin, yung sagot doon sa tanong, ito yon. Perinatal morbidity, pwedeng mangyari, but your forceps will give you facial nerve injury.